Greetings, sacred soul, and welcome to the third guided self-hypnosis session of the Human Programmer Academy entitled One Loop, Then Choose. In this powerful session, we are going to teach the nervous system how to interrupt rumination and repetitive fear stories. As we begin, I'd like you to consider something. Have you ever noticed how the mind likes to revisit the same stories, the same worries, the same fears, the same conversations, the same predictions again and again? Sometimes for minutes, sometimes for hours, sometimes for years. And perhaps your unconscious mind has wandered. Why does the mind do that? Why does it keep replaying things long after the moment has passed? The answer is surprisingly simple. Your mind is not trying to hurt you. Your autopilot safety system is simply trying to protect you, trying to predict, trying to prepare, trying to keep you safe. Unfortunately, sometimes it uses very old maps of reality. Some people listen to this session and immediately experience a profound sense of freedom, almost as if they finally discovered the space between a thought and a choice. For others, the shift unfolds naturally over and across days or weeks. As the deeper parts of the mind continue integrating all that you've learned so far, both experiences are perfectly natural. For this session, I've already done the hard part. I've carefully crafted this experience for you. The imaginary, the pacing, the questions, and the perfectly spaced silence in between it all so I can communicate directly with your unconscious mind. All you have to do is relax, become curious, and enjoy the experience. As together, we pull back the fabrics of reality just enough to suspend time and space. Today we enter the Human Programmer Laboratory and discover how to observe the code without becoming trapped inside the program. Allow the anticipation to build as our magical journey together begins now. Let's begin by strengthening our anchor to this peaceful moment. Place your right hand with me over your heart, giving yourself some of your own unlimited, unconditional love. And your left receiving hand over your belly to jumpstart the electrical system and reverse the polarity from any negative charge back to positive. Very good. As we build this anchor together, let's take a few slow breaths. Breathe in 4. Hold for 4. And slowly, gently exhale 8. That's right. One more time together. Breathe in 4. Hold for 4. And release 8. Awareness, love, choice, return. And as we begin, I'd like you to imagine entering a bright laboratory. Not a cold laboratory, not sterile, but magical. A place where science and mystery meet. A place where curiosity is valued. A place where awareness becomes wisdom. This is your laboratory, the Human Programmer Lab, the place in your imagination where we explore the software, the programs of the mind. As you continue exploring, you may find yourself becoming curious about how all the magical programs work. Curious about yourself. You may notice the details all around you, or perhaps the details within. It doesn't matter which one captures your attention first. Only that every observation seems to invite another observation. And each observation allows you to naturally drift a little deeper into curiosity. That's right. Notice the pictures all around the room. Notice the patterns repeating all around you. Notice the light. Notice all the feelings of curiosity just beginning to awaken within. And while your conscious mind explores this magical new place, I'm going to speak to your unconscious. The awareness deep below the surface, underneath the presence. The wiser part of you, the part that has been quietly witnessing all along. Because this part already knows what to do. It already comprehends how to heal. It naturally understands how to return. Imagine that one of the fancy gadgets on the table is a set of glasses that allows you to observe your own thoughts on a screen in the lens, observing them as a black and white security camera or an old TV. As new thoughts appear on the screen, watch them closely. As they move from one to the next, simply watch the energy in motion. If fear comes up, sit safely with it. As a new memory begins to play, see yourself in this mystical place, watching the movies from the past. Look deeper this time, past the story, to see the patterns. One by one, as a new story starts, old reels begin to repeat. As you watch the screen closely, begin to recognize the learnings. Begin collecting what each experience had to teach you, and simply decide to leave all the weight of the rest in the past. And perhaps you're beginning to notice something. You are watching the thoughts through the eyes of awareness. You are observing the emotions, which means you are above them. You are observing the stories, which means you can begin to rewrite them one by one with much, much better endings this time. You are the observer, the pilot, the awareness behind the eyes, the storyteller, finally learning how to write love stories instead of tragedies. And now, I'd like you to think about a familiar worry. Nothing overwhelming, just one that comes up often. A story your mind likes to revisit, a concern, a prediction, a replay of past events. Notice how it begins. The first image, the first sentence, the first sensation. As awareness increases, the stories fade. Soon, patterns, cycles, and frequencies replace all the moving pictures. And perhaps you've already realized something fascinating. The details in the stories may change, but the cycles and energetic patterns remain. Once you know they're there, seeing them clearly gets easier and easier. The same themes, different stories. The same fears, different characters. The same questions. Like a song on repeat. Like a movie you've seen 100 times. Like old software running automatically. Ghost in the machine, an old memory, an old fear, an old survival program trying to convince the body that yesterday is happening again today. But today, we become curious. No fear whatsoever, just curious. As you allow your conscious mind to explore these deeper layers beneath, I want to show your unconscious mind what to do inside. Your unconscious already knows what is useful and what is no longer needed. Your unconscious already knows how to update the old programs. It simply needs help from awareness to remember to stop the loop. You may sense as well that something interesting has already begun to happen. Sometimes change happens all at once. Sometimes change happens gradually. I don't know exactly how your unconscious mind will choose to organize these new understandings. Whether you'll first notice yourself becoming more curious or more aware, or perhaps simply noticing the loop sooner than before. Only that your unconscious already knows how to recognize patterns and stop energetic loops. And each experience becomes another opportunity to remember. From this moment, when a familiar fear story begins, you may naturally notice it sooner, automatically. You may notice the first sentence, the first image, the first feeling. And as awareness notices, new programs begin to be written inside. One loop, then choose. Before the story begins again, choose something that feels better. Observe the loop, allow the loop, watch the story completely one time. And then decide. Simply make the decision to move your attention to something that feels better. In every present moment, there is always something to be grateful for. No matter what story we feel is happening, you can naturally follow that gratefulness, and more often than before, you may discover gratefulness becoming one new possible ending. That's right. And perhaps, little by little, you begin discovering brand new meanings, new perspectives, new possibilities. As gratitude naturally begins, making more room for healing. As the body naturally remembers these ancient truths, see yourself with your right hand anchored over your heart, left hand over the belly. See the pictures in your mind of awareness. See it. Love. Allow it. Choice. I decide. Return. Aware. awareness, love, choice, return. From now on, you won't even be able to remember to forget that safety is always available now. Your body has always known that awareness is available now. You simply forgot that you could remember. As you slowly begin to remember, or quickly, whichever you decide, that observer has been here all along. Allow all of the good feelings of remembrance to create a strong pull of gratitude for how easily and effortlessly these new layers become like water as you bathe in the essence of this vast knowledge you now have or will soon have access to. Inside, imagine tomorrow, a normal day. A familiar trigger appears. A familiar story begins. And something different happens. You notice. You observe. And you become curious. You allow one loop. And then you choose. Return to awareness. The body settles. The mind softens as the pilot returns to the driver's seat. That's right. You are becoming someone who notices, someone who observes, who chooses, who returns, who trusts themselves, someone who remembers. The stories may continue. The thoughts may continue. The loops may continue. And now you know what to do. Awareness, love, choice, return. One loop, then choose. Return to awareness. back into your hands, back into your feet, back into your entire body. And only when you're ready, allowing your eyes to open, carrying awareness with you, carrying love and gratitude with you, carrying choice with you, everywhere you go. Always aware that you are the human programmer. The system begins recognizing itself naturally, easily, and effortlessly as awareness returns. Welcome back to the present moment.